Brian, talk us through the Rams.
So Rams' second toughest schedule, only behind the Chiefs in the NFL. If you just go back based on win total from last season, they have the number one hardest schedule. And hey, they
Right.
won the Super Bowl. They should. Same thing we've talked about with the other two teams is that they're facing the AFC West. But look at this. I mean, you start off against the Buffalo Bills, a understandably heavy Super Bowl favorite as far as getting to the Super Bowl earlier in the season. You've got the rest of the NFC West. You got the Cowboys in Week 5. There's some very, very tough matchups on top of the AFC West. Chiefs on the road, Chargers on the road, but that's technically, I mean, it's in SoFi. So I don't,
Right.
that's just a designation. That's kind of like a home game. And then you got to play Russell Wilson, who you're familiar with, but he's playing with the Broncos team that's much more talented than the Seahawks team that he left. That being said, they're still the Rams. They got the band back together. Odell hasn't signed, but I mean they brought on Allen Robinson. Cooper Kupp was the top wide receiver in the NFL last year, and I don't think that's a fluke. Aaron Donald decided not to retire. Sean McVay, weird rumor, decided not to retire. Not that I thought that would happen. So you've still got the core of the team that just won you the Lombardi Trophy. If we're looking at trap games, I like the Raiders in Week 14. So you've got sandwiched between, you got a road game at KC, which is already going to be tough. Division game at Seattle. We know we just talked about the Seahawks, but it's still a division game. You got a December road game at Lambeau, and then Russell Wilson's Broncos. So in between all that, you got a home game against the Raiders. That could be the kind of game that the Rams sleep on. And the Raiders, I think, are going to be playing hungry. You've got Josh McDaniels as the new head coach there, very offensive-minded. We talked about the Raiders adding Chandler Jones, Devontae Adams, Rock Ya-Sin from Indy. They've really done a good job at upgrading
Yeah,
in
they have.
multiple places. And they were a playoff team last year. So I'm high on the Raiders. I'm high in the entire AFC West. It's not going to be easy for anybody in the NFC West this year.
Yeah, I think it's relevant. Whenever you look at what Vegas, again, the people of the desert, right? Coach Cruz says 10 to 11 wins. Vegas has it at 10.5. They always like that half because they want to get paid no matter what. Um, I have them at 11-6, which I have them over the Vegas total. I'm not betting it, but they're that good of a football team. Now, my thing with the Rams is this. What happened if Donald gets hurt? He hasn't really ever gotten hurt. What happens if Stafford goes down? What happens if, Cooper Kupp goes down? What will that team look like? They're so star dependent and they
Yep.
don't have depth. But you look at them last year. Odell goes down. I'm sorry, Robert Woods goes down. They bring in Odell the very next thing. So
Yeah, I'm with you. They do what's called like a stars and scrubs approach, which means they've got very top heavy, but hey, their top is the top of the top. They've got the number one defensive back in Jalen Ramsey. They got the number one defensive tackle, maybe in the history of the NFL. Stafford, certainly a top 10 quarterback. I think he proved that last year. Cooper Kupp, number one wide receiver. You've got these weapons. And yes, you're going to be hurting, maybe short of running back. You lose your running back, even with Cam Akers went out last year. Darrell Henderson did a good job filling in. But if you lose Kupp, even with Allen Robinson, Kupp has such a unique skill set where he's able to play from the slot, play from the outside, such a good route runner and such reliable hands and such a good rapport with Stafford. So if there is a weakness, yes, it's definitely going to be depth on top of just playing such a brutal schedule. 100% aligned with you on this one, John. I also have them at 11-6. I have them, sorry, Niners fans, I have them winning the division. I think it'll be close. I don't know if we're going to jump into the Niners schedule. I'm happy
oh,
to,
we
but
are.
yeah, awesome.
Oh, we
But
got
yes,
you here, man.